HAWKS starting lineup. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 12. Hunter. In the middle, standing 6'11", number 30, Damon Jones. At shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 3, Kevin Herter. Starting at the upper forward position, at 6'9" number 20, John Collins. The other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 11, Ray Young.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. This is Kevin Harlan. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You look at Atlanta. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. And checking out Cleveland, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
And right now for the Cavaliers, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
All the talk around them now is already about what's going to take place in the offseason. Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? I'd be surprised if they don't have a much different look next year.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Jones is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the 5. Now, here is Young. Passes it to Herter. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
Now here's Love. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Even though he takes a lot of threes these days, Kevin Love's foundation is to score inside.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Jones trying to get open. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Sexton. Coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Offensive rebound. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Here's Young. Sweet little floater.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Cavaliers are gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Osman. 17 points in his last outing. And it's Drummond missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
It's deflected. They get it back, so they take the lead. Here's Garland. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, earlier I spoke with Lloyd Pierce. I asked him which player he thought could be an X factor tonight, and he said that Andre Drummond has their full attention. The most voracious rebound game, Drummond with extra offensive possessions he generates for his team. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Herter. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The open look here for Sexton. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Here's Herter. Pass to Hunter. The Hawks working the ball around. 5 on the clock. And Herter gets it to go. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Garland kicks to Drummond. The pass to Sexton. Back to Drummond. Love trying to break loose. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Sexton.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
And here's Young from the arc. Drills it from outside. Young's got 5 points so far.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And it's good for 2.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Now, here's Garland. Defended by Young. Pass to Garland. Lets it go with the 3. He can't get that one. The Hawks have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Passes it to Herter. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
Lobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
I mean, tremendous body control in the air. Andre with the easy catch and flush.
Young with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against New York. And it's in there.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Smitty, interesting fact about Trae Young. Drafted by the Hawks, but he has a strong fear of birds.
Wow. I also heard he even had a meeting with their mascot, Harry the Hawk, to get a comfort zone with each other. They're cool now, but Trae Young, not a fan of other birds.
Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs, Greg, after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does. Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season, allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in. He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Garland, good on the 13-footer.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
And they pick up 2. Young's got 14 points for the game. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
Here's Young, following the basket by Colin Sexton. Here's Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. 6 points for John Collins.
No matter where he is on the floor, Collins seems to invite contact.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
You look at the Hawks franchise, moved to Atlanta in 1956. And since then, they've been unable to advance to the NBA Finals.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Pass to Garland. Five to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. The shot by Sexton, no good. Now with Atlanta, I think they wanted a fresh start a couple years ago, Steve, rather than be a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, and a primary way to acquire stars is to reboot, dump salary, and nail your draft picks. Then, once you have the young nucleus in place, you add the veterans.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the bucket by the Hawks. Osman, the pass to Love. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
The defender out of position to contest there. Good read by Love.
Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Do you think that'll discourage the wrap-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guy's coming downhill with that type of force. And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injuries. So I do like the clear path foul.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of this game. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the three well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Nance dishes to Dellavedova. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for T? He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Shots good from Young. And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisition.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
And here is Dellavedova, following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Here's Mack. Shot clock resets for the Cavaliers. Shots good by Pointer.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
The pass to Fernando. Young in the corner. Outside Teague. Nance with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And here is Mack. He kicks to Dellavedova. That one wide left. The Hawks leading by 4. Young right side. Outside Teague. Back to Dedmon. This is the Teague. Teardrop shot, and the layup is good.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is staying in front of Teague when he shows off his handle like that.
Dellavedova scanning the floor. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the first. Nance in the post, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Now here's Teague. A 23-point game for him in the win against New York. Here's Fernando. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Hornets. Pass to Pointer. 1:14 left here in the first quarter. Good on the shot. Pointer's got 5 now.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Young, right side. And Thompson sends it back.
Great timing by Tristan Thompson on that block. That's his forte.
Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. Now here's Mack. He's guarded closely. Pass to Dellavedova. Just 5 to shoot. The floater. Chalk up 2 there. Now just a 3-point Hawks lead.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fernando, the pass to Young. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
Now here is Dellavedova. Teague covering. Now Dellavedova. Over Teague.
Teague anticipated every move on that play and was right there to meet him each step of the way. Great defense.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Nance and Thompson are up front. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova, and it's Pointer in at the small forward. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. DA, thank you as always. Back looking around. The shot, no good. Great D that time from T. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Hawks. 4-point game. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans. They'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Timeout called Cleveland. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these 2 players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs. And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Teague can't hit.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Snatched away. Fast break, the Hawks. Goes up, hammers it home to polish off the break.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's Osman. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's tipped. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Pass to Fernando. Thompson comes with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
And so here's Cleveland. The Cavaliers trail by 6. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Osman, the pass to Nance. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Nance has got 8 points.
And I like that play. Nance on the roll, great athleticism, tough to defend.
Back to Herter. The shot comes out, and Cleveland will come the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and we saw them really play a determined game when it came to chasing down rebounds, getting those good second chance looks. Really loved their aggressiveness.
And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish, put the easy slam.
Dellavedova kicks to Osman. Shoots from 12. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Herter. 6 points for him. Teague, the pass to Fernando. No good on the triple.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And there's the call on Kevin Herter. That's foul number 2 for him.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Atlanta making a switch here. Collins is checked in. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, trailing by 4. 6 to shoot. Here's Garland, and the rejection by Collins. Teague up top, defended by Sexton. Teague can't hit.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Wasted no time on that one. Garland's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jones checked in for the Hawks.
In for your Hawks, Damian Jones.
Now here's Teague. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Clock at 6. Goes up on the high post. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
This team loves to run the pick and roll with Teague, and it's easy to see why that's the case.
The pass to Sexton. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Outside Teague. Shoots over Garland. Teague can't hit.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Now, here's Garland. Not a lot of room. Here's Sexton. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Hawks have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
The 19th pick in 2018 out of Maryland. Kevin Herter with the positional size and skill to adapt well to the NBA game.
Here's Garland after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Drummond. Here's Osman. 6 points for him. Sexton with it. The tray. Drummond. Great positioning on the putback.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Teague. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Is on Colin Sexton. And with that skill, Herter's a triple threat offensively.
Not just a standstill shooter, he can function as a secondary ball handler, creating for himself and others.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops. Young's checked in for Teague. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are by 4.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the Cavaliers trailing by 2. Jones finds Young. Over Garland. Young's shot is off.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
The shot off that time. Good D by Jones. Lets it go. Young's shot is off. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Garland's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
A couple things stood out for me. They were relentless, and they also played under control. That's a deadly combination.
Here's Hunter. The Hawks again can't hit. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Osman kicks to Garland. Love against Collins. Just 3 to shoot. Love the pass to Garland. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And it wasn't until midway through John Cowan's second season at Wake Forest, Smitty, that he really jumps onto the NBA scout radar.
You're right. A 19-year-old sophomore. What he did, he led the nation in player efficiency rating. The production undeniable then and now.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. Reddish comes in for Hunter. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Pointers checked in for Jetty Austin. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011. Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
And that one misses. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness. And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion. Had some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
Now here's Nance. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Charlotte.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass. Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Here's Dellavedova. Plays it up and banks it in.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Atlanta's gone 5-8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Reddish kicks to Collins. And here's Young from the arc. The three-pointer is right on target. Young's got 22.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
1:22 left now here in the second. Back to Dellavedova. From deep. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The Hawks leading by 3. Passes it to Herter.
Kick it out, kick it out.
There's a minute left to play. Half. To the inside. The kick out to Young. Over Dellavedova. Again, Young missing.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Thompson dishes to Dellavedova. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Sexton. And Herter gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Dellavedova to pass to Nance. Back to Dellavedova. Pass to Pointer. Now here's Nance. No good that time. Collins with some nice D. Young outside. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And that's it for the first half. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
More spectacular play by Trae Young. It's not just the skill set, it's the instincts of the game. Makes quick reads, and he's decisive.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on...
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Standing game from Trae Young.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Jones in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Jump ball.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. And here is Garland. Here's Drummond. Love trying to break loose. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I love this. Andre Drummond has gone on record saying he is one of the last true centers in the league. Hard to argue with that statement, given how Drummond has played.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The rebounding and defense Drummond provides, Smitty, feels similar to an old-school center.
Yeah, it does. Drummond is still very effective, even without having an outside shot. But he's gotten better at that. Most centers now can shoot threes, but Drummond is happy to stick to what he does best.
And both free throws good for Drummond.
Andre Drummond's games has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Ball's knocked loose. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Osman. Connects on the open J. Osman's got 8 points. The Hawks leading by 3. Now Young. He's got 22. And he banks in the layup.
He has adapted a way to use his body to shield defenders that's bigger than him. Trae Young finishing through contact.
Now here's Garland. Pass to Love. Lets it fly. Cleveland the rebound. And it's Drummond missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Garland with it. He's picked up by Collins. Now here's Garland. He's tightly guarded. Just 4 to shoot. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 9.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's the pass to Herter. Jones kicks to Collins. The feed to Young. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. To the right side. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Basket counts. Young's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him. Delavin over with the ball. He feeds it to Drummond. It's deflected, but they get it back. And they get it back. 2 on the clock. Garland tries to keep it alive. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Young. The shot's good. And it's a 9-point Hawks lead. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Garland. 9 points in the game so far. Love outside. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc. Cleveland the rebound. Drummond trying to get himself free. And the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Love. Young taking his time here. Shoots over Garland. Here's Jones. Good D by Drummond. The Cavaliers trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Seven reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you using this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
Both free throws good from Love.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Bobbed up there for Collins. Fernando can't get it to go.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Garland, the pass to Love. From the arc. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Teague, the pass to Collins. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 8 points for John Collins.
Attacking the teeth of that defense. This is where Collins makes his living.
Love outside. Passes to Osman. Tries from 16. They grab their own miss. Love with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Love's got 11.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Fernando, the pass to Young. Here's Fernando. Vince Carter on the wing. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Off the left rim and out. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And here is Teague. Pass to Fernando. Back to Teague. Banked in off the glass. He has 6.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Atlanta making a switch here. Reddish is checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Sexton, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And the Cavaliers with possession here. 6-point game. Here's Osman, defended by Carter. Pass to Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. He dishes it to Garland. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Timing perfect on the pick and roll. Drummond showing good feel for this play.
Atlanta leading by 4. Teague feeling it out a bit. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Jeff Teague. 2 shots.
No good on that.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Pointers checked in for Jetty Osman. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Dellavedova kicks to Sexton. Back to Dellavedova. Now the pass to Sexton. Floats one. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta.
Substitution for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon.
Atlanta leading by 5. Teague the pass to Dedmon. Now here's Reddish. Defense is right there. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Passes it to Dellavedova. High arcing shot. The shot misses.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded closer. Trying to get open is Thompson. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to 5 there thanks to the basket from Sexton.
And there's no question Sexton can flat out score. I mean, he feels like he can get it done from anywhere.
And it's blocked. Teague for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Teague's got 10.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there. Well, coming into the league, John Collins mostly an around the rim scorer. His development as a shooter giving him more versatility. A solid athlete, quick leaper. Thompson's always a threat on this play.
Pass to Collins, kicks to Reddish. Floats one up, count it. Reddish has got 4 points in the quarter. And at Wake Forest, Collins a solid mid-range shooter. But you know what, Smitty? He has stretched his range now beyond the arc.
Kevin, credit his work ethic. A power dunker, but he's not content to live inside.
Here's Pointer. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
The dish to Teague. Tries again, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I love that Teague didn't slow up when he got inside and went right in and drew the foul.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Jeff Teague. Shots.
Free throw good, Teague. Hunter's checked in for John Collins. Jetty Osman, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. No good on the second free throw. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Down low. Thompson with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Teague the pass to Dedmon. Now here's Reddish. Defended by Sexton. Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
And above the rim finisher, Dedmon gets most of his points right at the rack.
There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter of the game. Jacks up a 3. And it's Osman missing. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9. Count it. Good. Teague's got 13.
A tale of 2 halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Pass to Sexton. Back to Dellavedova. Nance outside. He kicks it to Dellavedova. Back to Nance. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 10 points for Larry Nance.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
And if you don't, they keep finding the matchup every time up the floor.
And he just goes from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Sexton deciding where to go with it. The high post shot. Again, the Cavaliers score.
A dangerous score from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
And the pass to Fernando. And here is Dedmon. Now Hunter. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races.
Oh, wow!
He went. That was nice. Nance is special. How easy is it for him to make this spectacular routine?
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Under six.
1 shot. 1 shot.
Six seconds left to play here in the third. Teague inside the line. Oh, he got it to go!
I can't believe it.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
And we've reached the end of the third. Hawks lead by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Hawks leading by 8. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Nance and Thompson are up front. And it's Osman in at the 3 spot.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And Greg Huerter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
And the second free throw, good. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Osman. And Jones sends it back. They recover it. Thompson with the bucket.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard said.
Outside Teague. Hunter with it, working on Nance. Shot clock at 5. Teague for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And that one's good. Osman.
Nothing went right on that offensive possession except the result.
Teague, the pass to Jones. Here's her. Back to Jones. From outside, off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Garland, the pass to Nance. And he hammers that one down right in the face of DeAndre Hunter.
And scoring the ball extremely well. I don't think the defense is getting up into Nance enough. Got to turn up the burners a little more.
Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Andre Drummond comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Kevin Love in for Jetty Osman. On the free throw, no good. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've led by as many as 11 points. From 12 feet out, and he hits the jump shot. Young's got 30.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Passes it to Love. Over Reddish. And another miss by Cleveland. The Hawks lead by 5 over Love. And Reddish, the bucket on the assist by Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight.
Such an incredible score. Young's playmaking may be on the same level.
Nance outside. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside, Jones. Hunter kicks to Reddish. Goes up to the stripe. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
So it's the Cavaliers now. The Cavaliers trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Sexton dishes to Love. Back to Sexton. There's the triple. The Cavaliers with a new 14. The wide open look here for Garland. No good from outside. The Hawks leading by 7. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Back to Herter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Hawks, Kevin Herter. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Collins checked in for the Hawks. And Cleveland also making a change. Osman's checked in. And so he hits both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
At the elbow, it's Drummond. They could use a bucket. Atlanta with the rebound.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here's Garland. Shot from 12. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You're not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
And the shot is good. That's now 32 points.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
To the middle. Drummond working against Jim. Garland to Osman. From downtown. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. They double with Love. Lobbed up there for Collins.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Garland, the pass to Drummond. To the paint, here's Love. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws. It's going to be on Trae Young.
The versatile skill set of Love. The defender has no idea which move he's going to.
Well, Smitty, the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
He's perfect at the line this time.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
And Young kicks to Jones. Young the ball. Shoots over Garland. They get it back, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And here's what the Cavaliers' schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and Kevin, this is going to be a very trying part of the schedule for them. More than a fair share of road games on the dock for the team, and have not had an easy time finding success away from home.
Here's Osman. Nailed from three-point land. Osman's got it back down to within single digits for Cleveland. Atlanta's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Now, here's Hunter. He's guarded closely. Jones dishes to Young. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Herder. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now, here's Garland. Defended by Young. Garland, the pass to Love. Just 5 on the clock. And Drummond kicks to Osman. Shoots the 3. Another shot. Here's Drummond. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. The Hawks working the ball around. That one. And now it's a 12-point Atlanta lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And here's Sexton. Good work defensively by Jones.
Great defensive effort. Just say a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And that one is good.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Misses off the left iron. And Collins has got the ball here for the Hawks. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And Herder gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Garland kicks to Love. Osman, the pass to Love. Back to Osman. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Good D by Jones.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
And Herter gets it to go.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
When it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Drummond. Pass to Osman to end the run.
And really, Hunter can guard every position. This is something that makes him incredibly valuable.
Here's Herter, defended by Sexton. Young outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Hunter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And the Cavaliers call time here. And the city of Atlanta, as you know, has really embraced Trae Young.
Kevin, they call him Ice Trae. The franchise handed him the keys, and he's running with it.
Got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building today, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And so it's Cleveland with it. Now Garland. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
Feeds it to Love. And Love throws it down.
Love's a veteran. He knows you ride the hot hand. Tonight, that's him. That's why he's remained aggressive.
Here's Herter. Outside Collins. Young outside. And it's off from three-point range. The Cavaliers trail by 16. Stolen by Collins. Now, here's Young. D right on him. They double him with Drummond. Collins kicks to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hunter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 8 on the night. Cleveland's got some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 of the year.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Trae Young.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Garland, the pass to Love. Now Garland takes the 3. Offensive rebound.
Drummond is very active on the offensive glass. This is where he can pile up a lot of points.
Here's Herter, defended by Sexton. Here's Herter. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting.